I made a covenant with spirits to save my life. That bracelet is the symbol. And every man you sleep with, he is mine too. Hi, OJ. I don't even know where to begin. I've carried this for so long, and now I need to lay it bare. Maybe it's guilt. Maybe it's redemption knocking at my door. Maybe it's both. But this is my truth and my confession. I am a prostitute, or a hookup girl, like we all call it now. And no, I don't say that with pride, nor with shame. I say it as a fact of my life, a path that was carved out long before I knew what choices even were. Men come to me every day, desperate, lonely, drunk on lust. I see them as they are hungry, hopeful, and hollow. But what they don't see is what they are tying themselves to. OJ, when a man sleeps with me, something spiritual happens. A soul tie is created, a covenant. They live with more than pleasure. They live with my own curse. You see, I don't work alone. I was given a bracelet by a traditional healer I now call grandfather. Every time a man lies with me and pays me, that healer, deep in my village, gains access to that man's life, his finances, and his lack. Men who sleep with me often end up poor, broken, cursed, and most never know why. But let me tell you how I got here. OJ, let me take you back. I was born in 2003, raised in a mining township called Takwa. My parents were devout Christians, strict, upright people. But like many, we were lured by the promises of rich miners who came to town. Things loosened, rules softened, and I was always a wild child. When my parents built back rooms to rent out, bachelors moved in. One of them, a miner, started calling me to his room. I was just a child. He knew I liked money. He would ask me to sweep for him, and then he would touch me. I didn't even understand it was wrong. He gave me money and told me to keep quiet, and I did. Then everything fell apart. My father, a driver for one of the mining firms, tried to steal from the company. He was caught, fired, and humiliated. My mother took up a work as a maid in the area, and me, I found my way to the city and to ruins. That's where I met her, the Slay Queen, beautiful, wild, and rich. She had sponsors, sugar daddies, men with money and power, even MPs at her beck and call. We became close. One night, with her parents away, she took me out. That was the night I met my first sugar daddy. He said he loved me, bought me an iPhone, the kind only rich people had by then. I thought I was lucky, until one night after sex, I received a text. Stay away from my marriage, or I will find you and kill you. His wife. I showed him the message. I told him I was done. But he said no. We continued, and we did. Then I got sick. It started like a cold, a dry cough. Then came the chills, the weakness. Hospitals couldn't help. I withered. Even the doctors gave up on me. They sent me home to die. That's when my parents, desperate and terrified, did what they swore never to do. They took me to a traditional healer. We traveled to the north. The healer lived deep on the outskirts of town. I was too weak to walk. He told my parents, the sickness is spiritual, buried deep in her bones. Only an idol can help. They didn't question. They just said yes. He summoned them tiny, unseen creatures, spirits perhaps, and they beat me, sucked my blood. I felt it. I felt life returning. I was healed. Then he gave me the bracelet. This will protect her, he said. What he didn't tell my parents was that it also bound me to him. It made me his doll, his spiritual tool. Every man who sleeps with me, he would feed from. Every coin that touched my hand from those men, part of it went to him through the charm, through the bracelets, and the curse began. Men would fall for me easily, chase me, give me money, but after a while, they would lose everything, their jobs, businesses, dignity, and me. I made enough to buy a house in Accra, to start a business, to look like success on the outside. But I was dying inside, OJ. One night, an MP I was with suddenly stopped breathing while we were in bed. Just like that, I ran from the guest house. I don't even know if he died. Things like that kept happening, OJ. Men dying, men losing everything, and me always untouched, always cursed. I went back to the healer, and that was when he confessed the truth. He told me I made a covenant with spirits to save my life. That bracelet is the symbol. You are mine and mine now. And every man you sleep with, he is mine too. He told me that even without the charms, prostitution alone brings curses. That when a man pays for sex, the ancestors turn their back on him. That I, by nature of my work, destroy the destinies of men. And yet, I kept going. I keep going, OJ. I want to warn you, and every man who hears this, when you come to me, you may enjoy 5 minutes, but you may suffer for a lifetime. I feel sorry for you and for them, for the soul ties that get made in darkness, and for the men who walk away with something far heavier than desires. This is my story, OJ. This is my confession, my burden. Now it's yours, signed from the girl with the bracelet. This is your anonymous OJ, and if you are new here, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and tell somebody about your anonymous OJ. I'll see you in our next confession.